So good afternoon everyone. For today we're going to talk about the nature of portfolio assessment. So ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin pag sinabi natin portfolio assessment? So a portfolio is a purposeful collection of student work that exhibit the students' efforts, progress, and achievements in one or more areas. The collection must include student participation in selecting contents, the criteria for selection, the criteria for judging merit, and evidence of student self-reflection. So pag sinabi natin portfolio assessment, ito yung mga collection ng mga item kung saan pinagsasama-sama o kaya nililikom lahat ng mga anumang activities or gawain or efforts ng mga students. Sa paggamit ng portfolio assessment kasi, dito mas madaling nalalaman o nakikita ng isang teacher or mas madaling yung nalalaman kung na-meet ba niya yung kanyang goal or yung kanyang objectives sa buong lesson. And giving portfolio assessment din kasi, dito mas makikita din yung learning and progress ng student. Kung sila ba ay natututo or same pa rin or merong mga pagbabago na nangyayari. So the overall purpose of creating a portfolio is to enable the student to demonstrate to others learning and progress. The most significant value of a portfolio is that in building them, students become active participants in the learning process and its assessment. In sharp contrast, students do not have any control or influence in traditional testing. For example, the teacher decides on the items to be included in the test. Pinaka-main goal kasi in creating portfolio assessment ay para may pakita yung learning and development ng students. And yung key advantage in using portfolio is that to actively involve students in both learning process and its evaluation. Kaya it makes students more engaged and responsible for their growth. So the sense of ownership of the students that go with portfolio assessment makes it quite attractive to learners in general. So dahil sa sense of ownership ng mga students, mas nagiging more engaged and invested yung mga students since they play an active role for their creating their portfolio. So portfolio assessment is one of the several authentic and non-traditional assessment techniques in education. The use of portfolio assessment became popular in the early to late 1980s in response to the growing clamor for more reasonable and authentic means of assessing students' growth and development in school. So yung pagkakaroon ng portfolio assessment, pagdating sa teaching style ng mga teachers, mas nagiging more effective and realistic at nagiging fair yun sa mga students who measure students' progress and development. So, ngayon naman, after natin malaman kung ano ang tunay na kahulugan ng portfolio assessment, alamin naman natin yung features and principles of portfolio assessment. Portfolio assessment possesses several features and essential characteristics which are enumerated below. So meron tayong apat na features and principles. Una-una, a portfolio is a form of assessment that students do together with their teachers. The teachers guide the students in the planning, execution, and evaluation of the concepts of the contents of the portfolio. Together, they formulate the overall objectives for constructing the portfolio. As such, students and teachers interact in every step of the process in developing a portfolio. Pag sinabi kasi natin portfolio, ito rin ay isang collaborative assessment wherein students and teachers work together. So, yung teacher, siya lang yung nagpo-provide ng guidance sa students to create, to plan, and to evaluate contents. So, with this approach, it promotes continuous interaction between students and teachers. Number 2, a portfolio represents a selection of what the students of guide or assist yung mga student kung may mga simple silang katanungan or may mga hindi sila maintindihan. Kasi sa uli, ang pinakang kinoconsider kasi dito yung perspective ng student at yung kanilang meaningful learning progress. Number 3, our portfolio provides samples of the student's work which show growth over time. By reflecting on their own learning, the students begin to identify the strengths and weaknesses in their work. These weaknesses then become improvement goals. So, yung portfolio naglalaman siya ng mga works ng student kung saan doon ma-highlight lahat ng growth and progress ng estudyante. At dito rin pakikita or mara-recognize yung strength and weaknesses nila. At kapag nakita nila yung weaknesses nila or yung kailangan kong i-improve, yun yung magiging target nila para mas ma-develop pa sa susunod na assessment na gagawin nila. And last, the criteria for selecting and assessing the portfolio contents must be clear to the teacher and the students at the outset of the process. If the criteria are not clear at the beginning, then there is a tendency to include among unessential components in the portfolio and to include those which happen to be available at the time the portfolio is prepared. At each step of the process, the students need to refer to the given set of criteria for the construction and development of the portfolio. So sa bilang isang teacher, kailangan kapag magpapagawa tayo ng isang portfolio, kailangan magkaroon tayo ng isang clear criteria for selecting and evaluating portfolio content. Para din maiwasan yung mga unnecessary and irrelevant items na ilalagay ng mga students sa portfolio. Kasi yung criteria, yun yung nagiging reference ng mga students para makapag-build at makapag-develop ng kanilang portfolio.
Components of a portfolio. Student work examples of essays, artworks, projects, and etc. Reflection, self-assessment, or journals about the learning process. Teachers' feedback. We have comments, annotation, or evaluations provided by the teachers. Peer reviews, feedback from classmates if applicable. And rubrics, we have rubrics, clear criteria used for assessment. And the last one is evidence of progress. We have drafts, revisions, or timelines that shows growth. Pros of portfolio assessment. Number 1 is portfolio assessment matches assessment to teaching. It aligns assessment with teaching, ensuring of consistency. Number 2, portfolio assessment has clear goals. It is guided by clear specific goals for better focus and outcomes. Number 3, portfolio assessment gives a profile of learner ability in terms of depth, breadth, and growth. It provides detailed profile of learner abilities, highlighting depth, breadth, and growth over time. For number 4, portfolio assessment is a tool for assessing various skills not normally testable in single setting for traditional testing. So number 4, it effectively assesses diverse skills that traditional single setting test cannot ensure. For number 5, portfolio assessment develop awareness of all learning by the students. It encourages students to develop self-awareness and take ownership of their learning progress. For number 6, portfolio assessment caters to individual in a heterogeneous class. Number 7, portfolio assessment develop social skills. It enhances social skills through collaborative tasks and peer interaction. For number 8, portfolio assessment develop independent and active learners. It fosters independent and active learners by encouraging self-directed work and reflection. For number 9, portfolio assessment can improve motivation for learning and thus achievements. By showcasing personal growth, it boosts their motivation. It leads to improved academic achievements. And for number 10, last one, portfolio assessment provides an opportunity for students-teacher dialogue. It facilitates meaningful students through personalized feedback and discussions.
So now let's move on with the advantages of portfolio assessment. The first one is it encourages reflective learning, encourages to review and reflect on their work, promoting critical thinking and self-assessment skills. With portfolio assessment po, nakakatulong kasi siya para ma-enhance natin yung critical thinking ng mga students or learners natin kasi hindi siya isang madaling task gawin. It requires a lot of effort, a lot of work, and nagpo-cost din siya para sa mga bata na mag-research, manaliksik, mag-compile ng mga gawa nila. Hindi lang siya focus kumbaga sa isang lesson na pag tinuro natin, yun na yung gagawin ng mga bata directly. So dito sa portfolio assessment, it encourages the students to have a more deeper understanding sa mga lesson na binibigay natin inside the classroom. Next one, and the advantages of portfolio assessment, it encourages creativity. So as I said nga po earlier, when it comes to portfolio assessment, na-encourage din natin yung creativity ng mga bata. Kasi hindi siya isang traditional test na paper and pencil na pag binigay natin, nandun na yung sagot, nandun yung question. But on the other hand, yung portfolio assessment, it means that marami silang kailangang gawin, i-achieve, bago nila mabuo yung ating pinapagawang assessment. So, it also said na nakaka-encourage siya ng creativity kasi for me po, yung portfolio assessment, hindi siya traditional way of doing things. So, when we say na portfolio assessment, mako-convince natin na, or masasabi natin na hindi siya mababaw na learning. Next one is, it supports skill development. By combining various pieces of work, students develop organizational, planning, and time management skills. So, isa pa rin sa mga advantages of portfolio assessment nga po, it supports skill development. It means that with this type of assessment, natuturuan natin yung mga students natin na magkaroon ng skill development. Kasi marami po silang pwedeng gawin. Kagaya na lang kapag nagbigay tayo ng isang portfolio assessment when it comes to arts, to compile or to create artworks with their own work. So, doon natin makikita na it doesn't end with just doing the artwork. Kumbaga nandun din po yung pagkakaroon ng mga bata ng organizational skills kung paano nila isasalansan, paano nila gagawin yung pages, anong approach yung gagawin nila para mas appealing sa eyes yung kanilang gawa. So, with that, mako-convince tayo na when it comes to portfolio assessment, we have the skill development. Next one naman po, tracks progress over time. Documents the student's development, making it easier to observe growth and improvement in knowledge, skills, and attitude. So, for me, this is one of the greatest advantages in portfolio assessment. Kasi, lalo na po when we are teaching in the secondary education, kumbaga matagal yung pacing ng ating mga lesson. And then, mahirap para sa isang teacher inside the classroom to compile the works of his or her students over time. Lalo na nag-start tayo from first grading to fourth grading. Inside the classroom, we also have many students, ratio into 1 lang po ng teacher. Kumbaga minsan sa public school, we have more like 50 students. Sa isang teacher lang po ang nagtuturo or isang classroom lang yun. So, isang section pa lang yun. So, kung ang kapit ng isang teacher sa secondary education ay nasa 6 or 7 section times 50 students, it would be hard for her to compile the works of her students and to evaluate them. So, mahirap po i-track yung progress ng mga bata over time. So, with the help of portfolio assessment, mas napapadali kasi natutunan na yung mga bata na magkaroon ng organizational skills. On the other hand din, nagkakaroon din po ng tulong sa part ng mga teacher to track their progress. Now, we have also the flexible and adaptable. Portfolios can be adapted to various subjects, grade levels, and educational goals, making them versatile across curricula. So, isa rin sa advantages ng portfolio assessment is yung pagiging adaptable niya into many subjects. Hindi lang siya limited into language subject, hindi lang siya limited into arts, hindi lang siya limited into mathematics, history, but across the curriculum. So, masasabi po natin na magagamit talaga natin siya. Last one is, it reduces test anxiety. Since portfolios are assessed over time and through diverse tasks, they minimize the pressure and stress associated with traditional testing. So unlike the traditional testing or the paper and pencil test, the advantage of portfolio assessment is that nare-reduce niya yung anxiety ng mga bata when it comes to assessment. Kasi nga, ang portfolio assessment, hindi siya on the spot ginagawa. So the students have adequate time to finish their task and to digest their information, to brainstorm about the things that they want to do or the things that they want to see, they want to put on their output. So, since mayroong advantages ang portfolio assessment, of course, there is also challenges in portfolio assessment. First one, it is time-consuming for both teachers and students. So, kung nagre-relieve siya ng anxiety sa mga bata dahil matagal siya, on the other hand, sa challenges naman niya, it is very time-consuming for both teachers and students. So, naranasan naman natin yan during high school na kapag mga portfolio assessment, talagang it takes time. Minsan, binibigay ng mga instructor natin ng 1 month or 2 months, kinocompile natin lahat ng output para pagdating ng end ng rating natin, doon lang natin tinitignan or doon natin i-evaluate yung napuno nating outputs. Next one is the lack of standardization. Portfolios may vary widely in format and content, making it challenging to compare performance across students or classes. So since portfolio assessment promotes creativity, so naglalak siya ng standardization kasi iba-iba ang skills ng mga bata, iba-iba ang taste ng mga bata. So hindi ka pwede magpagawa ng isang standardized portfolio na sasabihin natin ganito yung kulay lahat, ganito yung font lahat. So mawawala ng creativity yung mga bata pagdating doon. So, one of the challenges of portfolio assessment is that lack of standardization. Next one, inconsistent quality. Not all students may have the same level of guidance or resources to produce high-quality portfolios, potentially leading to disparities. So, isa din po ito sa nakakalungkot naman ang challenges ng portfolio assessment. Because, sabi nga dito, not all students may have the same level of guidance. So, nangyayari to usually sa mga lower grades, especially kapag mga elementary or mga grade 7, ganyan. Kapag yung mga bata, syempre iba-iba naman ang situation yan sa bahay. Pag nagpagawa tayo ng portfolio assessment, hindi lahat ng bata pagdating sa bahay mayroong guidance para gawin yung kanilang project. Yung iba walang gamit. So, doon nagkakaroon ng disparity sa nagiging output ng mga bata. So, we can have the consistent quality kung paano siya nag-grade kasi maraming pagkakaiba. Next one is the technology challenges. In digital portfolio system, lack of access to reliable technology or training in its use can be barrier for both students and teachers. Yan. So, isa pa yan sa mga problem natin when it comes to portfolio assessment. Kasi hindi tayo pare-pares ng knowledge when it comes to technology. Meron tayong mga teacher na mas advanced, may mga teacher din tayo na left behind. Same thing sa students, meron din tayong mga students na hindi masyadong magaling when it comes to digital. Meron namang mga students na sanay. So it also falls under the challenges of the portfolio assessment. Last one, difficulty in measuring short-term outcomes. Portfolio are designed for long-term tracking of progress, which may not suit contexts requiring immediate or standardized performance metrics. So, dahil nga matagal daw ng portfolio assessment, isa sa challenges nito, kapag binigay natin siya, parang naglalak siya ng kakayahan na i-assess yung natutunan ng isang bata within a short period of time. Kasi nga yung portfolio assessment, it requires a lot of time para sa student at sa teacher bago siya matapos. So, nagkakaroon siya ng challenges when it comes to requiring immediate or standardized performance metrics.
Example of portfolio used in different subjects, English, include creative writing, thesis, analytical essay, and personal reflection. Math, display problem solving, tasks, and a Critical